Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been an absolute age again. Things have just got in the way. I had quite really bad pneumonia, which got me into hospital, but we're back and we're going to get this done for this summer. So off camera, I gave these a tidy up probably a couple of months ago now. Gave them a spray with black caliper paint left over from there, just because that's what I had lying about. We've also got to build up this. We need to change the calipers and obviously get that built up. I've decided that I am going to use the existing original shock absorbers and hopefully she'll pass an MOT. Just that I can't really justify the cash to get some new ones, and I really want to get this onto the road for this summer as it's absolutely glorious outside, and it's the same at this side. We do have new calipers, ball joints, discs, pads, and backing plates, basically everything that we need to get built up. But as I said, it's summertime here, and I'll actually show you. It's an absolutely glorious day here in Aberdeenshire, so we need to get this back on the road and enjoy it. So I think the first step we're going to do is get this built up, and then we'll get the calipers off. So let's go and get cracked into it. So I've put everything into sets. These are back together, so I'm just away to put them in. So I've decided to use the Febby ones for the steering, and I'll use these chunkier ones for the actual steering knuckle swivel. Again, I'm using Evolution just to follow the step-by-step guides, and we'll get these thrown back together. So that's me got these both built up. As you can see, so the next step I'm going to do is, while I've got easy access, is to actually change the caliper. So I've just put a bit of double lock or penetrator onto these. I'll get this whizzed off and get the new ones put on at both sides. So I'll come back to you once that's done. So that's the new calipers on both sides, as you can see around here. And I'm just away to put the carriers back on, but what I'll do is I'll give these a bit of a tidy up, and just because they're obviously quite rusty, so I'll go and do that off camera, and then we'll come back and put everything back together. That's the pad carriers cleaned up. Just give them a wire brush on the drill and sprayed some parts cleaner. So obviously with that in, I can start building it all back together, ready for everything else to go in. So let's go and do that just now. So the first one I'm going to rebuild is the driver side. So I've got this one just here so I could remember what side has got the groove for the little O-ring. So I'm just literally away to give these a bit of a clean with a cotton bud, and then put the grease in, and then I'll show you the next step. So that's these all rebuilt back together. So obviously I put the glides in the carrier first, just to make it easier to get these on. So now that is all in, I'm away to get the steering knuckle, the thing that we rebuilt earlier on in the video, and the shock absorber in, so I can then put the caliper back together. So let's go and put the shock absorber in first, and then obviously we can do the carrier. So first, before we put these in, I forgot I was actually going to tidy these up. So what I'll do is I'll give them a quick buff down and give them a quick spray, and then in the winter we'll take the front end apart and change these for some newer sets. But like I said, I just want to get going with the project. So let's give these a bit of a tidy up. So as mentioned, I was just going to put the original ones back on with a touch of paint. So I've just sprayed them with some etch primer and then some matte black rattle can just to tidy them up. And like I say, in the winter we'll do them properly and get a new set once I've got it MOT'd and enjoyed it a little bit. So the first one we're going to do is a passenger side. We'll basically reverse process in there and we'll get it hooked up, and then that means we can get the steering knuckle on. So that's me got most things aligned so far. I've just put these hand tight. I've got the shock absorber slipped in just now, so I just need to put the hub on, and then obviously put the stretch bolt, which is here, back in, and then start putting everything else back together. So I've got this side built up as far as this. Everything's just loose, so that's loose, and these bolts at the bottom. I've got the anti-roll bar drop link in, and I've just got this to do, and obviously connect the brake caliper. The other side I haven't started, so I'm just waiting to get this side built up exactly the same as the other, and then once we've done that, then we can start tightening up and putting the carriers on. While I was looking for a missing nut, I forgot I didn't put the backing plates on. So like I said before, this is just loose tight, so I'm going to take this off and put the backing plates back on. So another few days have gone by since I last filmed, and off camera I've put the carrier on for the calipers. I've just torqued that up to 88 foot-pounds, which is I think 120 newton meters. I've tightened up all these bolts here and just double checked everything is tight. And the next step that I'm going to do is obviously start putting the brakes discs on and also the calipers. So I will be doing that next. I've actually messed up big time, and I shouldn't have put these on without putting the brake discs on, because how do you get them past there? You can't. So I'll go and remove these, and I'll get the brake calipers, the brake discs back on, and then obviously the carriers. So that's me rectified my wrong build. So you can see that's spinning freely, everything's bolted in, and now just got to do this side. So that's the brake caliper now on, and I've just screwed it in at the top bolt very loosely. The other one's not connected, and I'm just ready to obviously put in the brake pads. So I went for Brembos, which you would have probably seen if you've been following the build. So I'm just waiting to do that just now. So that's everything back together. Sprayed some brake cleaner to get off the protective coating, put the hub cover back on, and all we need to do now is breed the brakes. So I'm going to wait until my missus is back, get the car lowered down, and then start getting the brakes pumped and the air taken out. So that's the brakes all back together and bled. Got my girlfriend to pump the brakes while I was opening and closing the bleed nipple. I just need to wipe up all this mess to make sure that it's non-corrosive. I'm in the process of putting the spacers back on, as you can see, and then we can get the wheels back on. But before then, I'll finish this first, and then we'll get these painted red. I've still got this kit here, and just to make them stand out a little bit better. And once that's done, I'll get this new battery that I picked up today, bolted down, everything hooked up, go for a test fire, give her a check over, and then we'll get her washed and then MOT'd. Once it's MOT'd, there will be some other things that we need to do, like put the under trays back on, steering wheel, which is in here to put in, these seats, but I just want to get it MOT'd and feel like I'm making a little bit of progress. But anyway, let's get these finished on and then get the brake calipers painted. That's the spacers all nice and tight, and I was just thinking that I'm going to end the video here, and in the next video we'll get these painted, wheel on, give the car a wash and get her prepped for MOT. And obviously, as part of that, a test fire with the new battery to double check that everything is still working, because I think this video is going to be long because I started filming this back in January. It's now May. So yeah, we'll end it there, and I'll see you in the next one.